Well, the three big questions that we're looking for answers from Madhya Pradesh. The first, will the bipolar contest see the NDA consolidate? Second, can the opposition prevent another clean sweep in the Hindi heartland? Finally, will 2024 see Modi's guarantee versus caste census as the issues before the people? Well, two eminent guests joining us this evening to take the deliberations forward on how Madhya Pradesh or why Madhya Pradesh matters. Joining us this evening in the studios, we've got Professor Anshu Joshi, political analyst, joining us. We've got Ranjan Srivastava, senior journalist, joining us from Bhopal. Let me first come to Professor Anshu Joshi here in the studios. You know, the BJP's development work, that's been time and again spoken about, the Prime Minister's guarantee. Is that clicking, especially with the people of Madhya Pradesh, as India decides?
Definitely, Anil, when you look at the voting percentage and the pattern in past few years in Madhya Pradesh, especially for Lok Sabha elections, you see that how people of Madhya Pradesh have very smartly chosen developmental politics, and they have time and again shown their full trust in the Honorable Prime Minister's developmental politics.
Okay.
So when you closely take a look of Madhya Pradesh, earlier when you see in 1956 when Madhya Pradesh was formed, it was formed of 5 different provinces. So there was Central Province, there was Madhya Bharat that had Gwalior and Indore, then it had state of Bhopal, and then it had Baghelkhand and Bundelkhand and Sironch, which was a district of Kota. Kota is in Rajasthan. So it touches its borders with Rajasthan and Maharashtra, and now Chhattisgarh also. Earlier it was a part of Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh definitely. So you see it's a very diversified state with diversified culture, diversified economy. But Modi ji emerged, Shivraj Singh Chauhan ji emerged as the leaders of masses, I would see, in all these years, because agriculture remains the top number 1 sector in Madhya Pradesh, and that is what people have chosen over all these years in Madhya Pradesh.
Okay. Mr. Srivastava, how does one see this particular election play out? Can the opposition, that's been trying, especially since it's a bipolar contest that you see in the state of Madhya Pradesh this time around, what's the, core issue that the opposition goes to the people with to win their trust?
Mr. Anil, see, very significant election, a very interesting scenario. I mean, if you see, right from 1989, BJP came into being in 1980, and whenever it comes to Lok Sabha, BJP is having upper hand constantly, except 1991. So the situation is that the Congress has been reduced to just 1 seat. So it's question of existence. And you rightly said, there is bipolar politics here. No third party which is having must say here in the election scenario. So opposition is trying to harp on the unemployment, and price rise, corruption be the core issue.
Okay.
So it has to be seen. They are trying to increase the tally. They reduced to 1 seat, Chhindwara, and that victory was with very low margin, more than 30,000 votes.
Okay. Professor Joshi, there has been a change of leadership there in the opposition camp. Do you see that, making any kind of difference, post that debacle that you had in the assembly elections? Do you see any change that could work for the opposition in particular in this election?
I think now the baton is in the hands of Mr. Jeetu Patwari from Congress in Madhya Pradesh. Had it been the assembly elections, I would have said, Anil, my answer would have different. That yes, now there could be some difference, because assembly elections, it was clearly shown to Congress that people of Madhya Pradesh had rejected Kamal Nath. Very clearly it was, visible. And then Congress had to change the leadership. But now, because it's Lok Sabha elections, and that is what we see people from Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh doing very smartly. In Rajasthan, so there was a very popular slogan people had given that Modi tujhse bair nahi, Rani teri khair nahi. Same thing applies to the politics of Madhya Pradesh. So when it comes to Lok Sabha elections, last time also people had chosen the leadership of Modi ji and had given 28 out of 29 seats to Bharatiya Janata Party. And this time also there is a clean wave that I can see, because in assembly elections also since 1998, Anil, BJP is continuously winning, and only in 2000 we could see the change in the leadership, but Kamal Nath could not manage that.
Okay.
And BJP again took the baton from his hands of Madhya Pradesh. So when it comes to Lok Sabha elections, people of Madhya Pradesh clearly seem to be choosing the developmental politics, because a lot has changed in past couple of years in Madhya Pradesh when you look at the development of the state.
Okay, Mr. Srivastava, when one sees, especially the way campaigning has been managed by Kamal Nath for his son Nakul Nath, do you get the sense that there is a, Mr. Kamal Nath is showing signs of desperation, especially when it comes to, retaining his fortress this time around, after, that exodus that we've seen, especially when it comes to many Congress leaving Congress and moving elsewhere?
Yeah, it's first time when we can see this exodus. I mean, you see the situation over there, right from first election, 1951, Congress, irrespective of Kamal Nath, he has represented the seat 9 times in Lok Sabha. Now it's only there. If you see the entire elections, right from 1951, Congress has never lost this seat except 1984 when they were by-poll. And Kamal Nath lost to Mr. Sundarlal Patwa, BJP. So it has been forte of Congress all along. But still, that's why BJP is trying to make inroads in the Congress bastion. And what this exodus we are seeing first time, the ecosystem created by Mr. Kamal Nath, people support him. So Congress is trying to win away. Take the hardcore supporters out from his camp, and it has succeeded to some extent. Chief Minister has visited to the place several times. People are still coming to the BJP fold. So BJP is trying to manage anyhow to win the Chhindwara. That last time you see the victory margin was reduced to 32,000 almost. So almost Congress lost the poll, Chhindwara. So that's why your question was right. He is trying to retain the forte. He is trying to manage his base anyhow. That's why he is confined to Chhindwara right now.
Okay. Professor Joshi, now that you see, this election battle across 4 phases in Madhya Pradesh,
right,
do you get the sense that, the Congress does not have leadership? That's been a bigger cause of concern. You've passed the baton to Jitu Patwaria, but, the absence of leadership in the state, especially in the youth, is a cause of concern for the Congress at large.
Definitely, Anil, and the central leadership of Congress must retrospect that once a state that was a hub of Congress with bigwigs like Shukla brothers, Arjun Singh, Motilal Vora, Digvijay Singh, Madhav Scindia and so on. Of course, Madhya Pradesh has given bigwigs to Bharatiya Janata Party also, Rajmata Vijayaraje Scindia and Atal Bihari Vajpayee and Sumitra Mahajan and so on. What has happened in past few years, in the era of 80s, Congress used to get a turnout of 50% plus, and BJP used to get like 40-41%. In the era of 90s, it got changed, and BJP started getting 50% plus, and Congress got limited to 40% plus turnout of votes. In 2019 Lok Sabha elections, BJP got whooping 61.2% turnout of votes, and Congress got limited to only 35%. So now it's high time, after losing assembly elections so badly, now Congress, especially the central leadership of Congress, must retrospect that where is it losing? Is it about picking up wrong agenda at the national level, wherein it is like picking up the things that are related to national security and integrity of the nation, or it is something related to local politics of Madhya Pradesh, wherein it is not grooming the leaders from Madhya Pradesh itself?
Okay, Mr. Srivastava, Now when you see this particular election and the list, the way it was announced, the first list of 195 candidates the BJP announced, 24 seats from Madhya Pradesh were announced in the first list. Does that somewhere give you the sense that, BJP feels assured that the people of Madhya Pradesh are very much, or rather trust the BJP when it comes to the 2024 elections?
Yeah. If you see like Professor Joshi was saying, if you see the turnout of voters, it's the first time, 2019, as you said in your text, it touched 71%. First time after 1989, I can see. It was never beyond 62%. And it was Modi wave in 2019. And if you see the result, Anilji, there were 3 to 4 candidates whose victory margin was more than 5 lakhs.
Okay.
And there were, except 3 candidates, the margin was more than 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 3 lakh. We never saw that in Madhya Pradesh politics. So
okay.
Modi wave all around, we can see. Now,
okay.
Yeah, please.
Okay.
You are saying something.
Dr. Joshi, also the politics of managing, you had Shivraj Singh Chauhan who won the assembly elections for you. Now in the election fray from Vidisha as a Lok Sabha candidate. Is poll management much better for the BJP from the center as well as the state? That's worked wonders for the NDA?
Definitely that is a case study for now many students or for that matter many institutions, that how BJP goes to the level of what they call Panna Pramukh.
True.
Wherein they manage booth level politics, booth level voting, and their leaders ensure that people from the grassroots level are added to the level of central leadership, wherein they can share their ideas and they can manage the things, and the central leadership is available, approachable to grassroots level people. So that is how BJP has been efficiently managing not only the politics but the voters also. And at the same time, Anil, another thing is about better social media management. And there is one more point which is related to picking up the agenda that people want to be picked up.
Well, picking up the agenda that the people want. Remember, this was that 2.0 of the Rahul Gandhi phase, the Bharat Jodo Yatra. He's passed through Madhya Pradesh. Will that have a effect, especially on the voters, or was there a different issue that Rahul Gandhi was targeting on? We'll leave that for another day. Well, the Great Indian Election is your one-stop show on weekdays on all that matters in Indian Elections 2024. What could be the state that could form a part of our deep dive on Tuesday night?